some others are already celebrating the new year. Samoa, south of the equator, was the first country in the world to welcome 2018 and was quickly followed by Australia, which ushered in the new year in style with a spectacular firework display over the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge and Opera House.
Samoa, Tonga and some Pacific islands were the first in the world to welcome 2018, barely 1 hour ahead of New Zealand, where spectacular fireworks were erupting from the majestic Auckland Sky Tower, ushering in the new year. Thousands of revelers lining the waterfront watched as brightly colored fireworks and laser lighting erupted into the night sky over the city's harbor. Two hours later, saw Australia ring in the new year in style as 3,000 choreographed individual lighting effects lit up the sky at the annual fireworks display over Sydney Harbour. The display featured a rainbow-colored waterfall of fireworks cascading from the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge as 1 million people watched the city's biggest fireworks display yet. However, there were problems north of the city after a firework barge exploded into flames, sending explosives in all directions and forcing the evacuation of thousands from the Terrigal beach. Over in Asia, in Japan, the city of the rising sun, fireworks and colorful lights also heralded the arrival of 2018 at the iconic Sea Paradise Aquarium in Yokohama, where at least 3,000 fireworks lit the sky. Following closely was Hong Kong an hour later, hailing the start of the new year with colorful show of fireworks. North Korea, the hermit nation, also joined in the New Year celebrations with fireworks lighting up the sky above Taedong River in Pyongyang, after a year of numerous nuclear and missile launches which riled the international community. As the clock ticks and midnight draws closer in other countries, millions are eager to say goodbye to the past 365 days and say hello to a brand new year full of hopes and dreams.
President Muhammadu Buhari will tomorrow morning make a national broadcast to the country at 7 a.m. tomorrow. In a speech embargoed till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, the president is expected to address some burning issues that have dominated the polity in recent times. The issue of fuel scarcity, which the country has been battling with for some weeks now, is one of the areas the president is expected to talk about. Infrastructure and power have also been discussed at different fora this year, so the president will be telling Nigerians his plans for those critical sectors. Again, the broadcast will come up at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and your award-winning station, Channels Television, will bring you that broadcast live. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, is asking Nigerians to renew their commitment to the unity and progress of the country in 2018. In his New Year message, Honorable Dogara wants Nigerians to strengthen the bonds of unity, solidarity and peace. According to the Speaker, and I quote, "The new year presents an opportunity for stock-taking and a strong resolve to sustain the gains of Nigeria's exit from economic recession. Improvement of Nigeria's economy, security and welfare must remain our priority in the new year." End of quote. He has also asked Nigerians to continue to demonstrate love and exhibit compassion towards one another. To security matters now, a member of the Taraba State House of Assembly representing Takum constituency, Hosea Ibi, has been kidnapped by gunmen in that local government area. The State Police Public Relations Officer, David Misal, confirmed the incident happened at about 8 p.m. yesterday. The lawmaker had traveled to his hometown to usher in the new year with his family when 3 gunmen stormed his residence and whisked him away. According to the police spokesman, the command is making every effort to rescue the lawmaker. And still on security matters, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuka Buratai, has ordered the immediate investigation of the alleged long queues of trucks and extortion by soldiers along Maiduguri-Gambarun-Gala Road in Borno State. In a statement by the Director of Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Sani Usman, says the order follows an allegation by a man identified as Dan Bronu, who on his Twitter account mentioned that soldiers collect 300,000 naira each from the truck owners for escorting them. The army boss says, and I quote, "The Nigerian Army, as a professional military institution, thrives on discipline, selflessness and dedication to duty and operates within the confines of the law." And the Nigerian military is optimistic that the war against insurgency will soon be won. The position was expressed by the outgoing Director of Defense Information, Major General John Enenche. He was speaking today as a guest on our end-of-year program 2017 in retrospect.
At the beginning of 2017, the Defense Headquarters came out with a clear analysis of the situation, that what we are going to be witnessing, particularly in the Northeast, and the epicenter in Maiduguri, will be limited to isolated attacks, particularly on soft targets, and that was what we witnessed all through. Now, the high point of our success in that particular area is that up to this month, up to today, which is the end of the year, is that the dexterity, the audacity, the formidability with which Boko Haram terrorists and insurgents used to operate, they lost it throughout the whole year.
And let's move to Rivers State now, where the Governor Nyesom Wike is optimistic that despite the challenges of 2017, the new year has opened up a new page of hope and progress. In a state broadcast, the Governor stated that 2018 will experience more massive development for the people, while calling on residents to be purposeful in the new year.
Although 2017 has been a very difficult year, we still have reasons to thank God for life and look forward with renewed hopes for a better new year. Never have this spirit been more required than now. In spite of the difficulties and challenges of 2017, we still recorded some memorable events and achievements as a people. We peacefully and collectively marked the 50th anniversary of the creation of our dear state, and in doing so, cherished the memory of our founding fathers, celebrated our fabulous heritage, took stock of our progress, and set our compass for the future. For us, 2018 will also be another year without break in the execution of development projects. We will intensify our efforts and continue on the path to fulfilling all our campaign promises in all respects. To this end, massive investment in infrastructure, access to education and training, qualitative healthcare, and the creation of economic opportunities will remain some of our key priorities. And in doing so, no part of the state will be left behind, just as we shall also ensure that every person is carried along on our way to building a sustainable prosperity for us and our children.
Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. To other stories now, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to withdraw the list of appointments to the Board of Agencies and Parastatals in order not to dent the integrity of these bodies, as it allegedly has been discovered that the list has at least 8 members who are dead on it. A statement by SERAP reads, and I quote, "Appointing at least 8 dead people as board members would seem to suggest that the 1,467 appointments approved by Buhari were on screen for competence, merit, equity, aptitude and conflict of interest. Going ahead with these appointments would neither advance due process nor Buhari's often expressed commitment to prevent and combat corruption." End of quote. On Friday, the President approved the constitution of the Governing Board of Agencies and Parastatals. The situation of fuel in Abuja, the nation's capital, seems to be normal now. We'll now bring you details in this next report.
In the past 2 weeks, residents of the nation's capital have been spending hours and days, in some cases, to get petrol. However, the situation has abated as the fuel queues have disappeared and motorists are getting the product within minutes.
Everywhere is normal now. People are buying freely, people are selling freely. But if I see that some filling stations are not selling, but the ones that are selling, there is no queue.
No queue. I'm surprised there is no queue in Abuja again. I was just coming from Delta and I see some other filling station there is queue, but Abuja there's nothing like that here now. I'm happy at least we are done for the year.
The Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation leads the management team to assess the situation in the Federal Capital Territory. As much as he is satisfied with the situation in the nation's capital, he explains that there are some concerns, which the corporation is already addressing.
What we need to keep Nigeria fully lubricated is just 850 trucks a day of PMS, and we are able to push in up to 2,000 trucks. So this issue will be over completely everywhere in the country. But we are glad that sanity has come back to our major cities, and the hinterland will also be celebrating New Year in good spirits. A lot of the trucks that we've dispatched to the hinterlands will be arriving today. So we're ushering into the New Year with products all over for the benefit of citizens.
While warning petrol stations against hoarding and selling above the approved pump price, the NNPC management is assuring Nigerians that this is the last of such a situation, as efforts are in place to ensure 30 days supply at all times.
In part 2, after the break, the people of Ogoni land may soon be smiling again. We'll give you details in a moment. Please stay with us.